Hey, welcome back. Got Gary back in the shop as usual. And today's project is a very sad project and modification. And it pertains to this very large and definitely expensive turbo. And it won't be on the front side there, the turbo, the modification. It's gonna be right on the rear, on this housing here. I did mention I was going to buy that expensive V-band and clamp. Well, that motherfucker is $150. Yeah, I could buy it and put it on there, but I'm trying to think of the future of the car. Let's say Jake's at the track. He's got some issues. He's got to pull some things apart. He goes, just take the, those clamps loose there. That T-bolt, fucking sucker just snaps. Done it many times. Say, let's just dodge that bullet in a way. I'm okay with saving some money. And speaking of saving a little bit of money on this project, we're running out of Busch Light, boys. Used to be a stack of it right there. Fucking bear money. And having more average parts on the car. Let's say this 4-inch or this 5-inch V-band. They got some pretty good T-bolt clamps on them, or bolts. And yeah, they could snap off also. But when they do break, somebody at the track, or I could have an extra one on the trailer, I guess. These aren't that fucking expensive. And I'm okay with that. You guys might just freak out. That's fine. But when the car's broke at the track and you can't get back to racing, and let's say it's a pretty big deal. I mean, who doesn't want to just rip it down the track one more last time for the night? I know I sure the hell do. So Jake here is gonna take you through the process. We're gonna get this exhaust side off, get to cutting, welding, and make shit happen. And this goes for a lot of guys that need to possibly up or down their size on the exhaust side to fit their needs. We got the exhaust housing off. Definitely digging this new setup with how the turbo's mounted from Maven Performance Products. They make flanges and mounting hardware to hold the turbo in place. Turbo's definitely very sturdy. So if you need to do any maintenance, basically on what I'm doing right now, or modifications, yeah, it just holds it right in place and there's no issues. So we got the housing off here. So we got our 4-inch, got our 5-inch, and just looking things over. The 4-inch, this be the side you weld on. Definitely falls inside. Kind of put it inside and turn a little bit to mark up the paint. You can see where it rides at. It probably will work out for the 4-inch, but I'd actually like to use this 4-inch down the pipe a little farther for another breaking point. So we'll hold this 5-inch up here. It goes right to the edge, so it'll weld right here, real nice. So basically I just gotta flush cut this whole ring right off and be set to go. Alright, got as far as we can go with the cutting. Of course the housing bulges out here, so it's starting to put me in a slight angle. So cut as far as you can, cut straight down both sides, and then find a hammer and a chisel. Basically take your chisel, just work your way around, and pop this top off. Then all you gotta do is straight cut this across, clean it up good, then we'll get to the welding process. Alright, we got this cleaned up, flange here, good metal all the way around, no gaps. And we'll just set it right up to the edge, get it centered up, start welding this thing up. All right, so this is my process of prepping this before I weld. First off, take some brake cleaner, just get some on there. Clean off any, see all the dirt, well, all the crap come out of it. Just lightly. It's gonna mess up the paint, but we're gonna paint it anyways. Then take your air nozzle here, just get it all dried up. And after you get it dried off, you're not gonna catch anything on fire, add some fire. So basically you're gonna get it hot, the part hot, and get all the moisture out of the metal. And after the part's hot and dried, get your flange centered up where you want it. Make sure it's clean. Of course, make sure there's no gaps, which I checked earlier. You take the TIG welder and tack it up. See if you like it, and then fully weld that thing in there. Well, we got the final weld on the housing here. It's pretty darn good. Very happy with that. Now we just gotta get cleaned back up and put on the car. I got the housing all cleaned up here. And what I've been using over the years is some good VHT header paint. You prep everything good. Prep everything really good, and I've never had any issues with them really flaking off. So I'll get some coats on this and let it dry. While the paint's dry, we'll get this back on the car. Well, everything looks like nothing ever happened. Welds went really nice. Everything painted up good. Ready to rock and roll. Finally time to do some exhaust. Just gotta put my 5-inch this other flange on and bolt it up. Get my reducer from 5 to 4 on there, 90 it down, and go out the side. So if you like today's video, like and subscribe, and we'll be on to the next project.